We are talking 2025 PGA Championship. I am Ninja. He is Iain MacMillain from SI.com, from the Bacon Bets podcast, from at Iain Mac Bets on X. You know who it is. We're going to dig into sort of outright markets here in this video, which get pretty interesting given that Rory now has the green jacket, a good course history here, along with some other golfers at Quail Hollow. And we'll talk about the course and what a good profile is that bettors should be looking at in terms of course fit. And of course, Iain Mac will have some picks as well. Let us know who you like at the PGA this year. Drop a comment, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you do not do so already. Mac, it is almost a year to the day that Scottie got arrested prior to round one at the PGA Championship. Do you have any action on any golfers to be arrested this year?
No, that's a great question, though. But I don't know. Can Scottie go back-to-back, getting arrested 2 straight years? What a story that would be.
It was insane to wake up to on Thursday morning ahead of the PGA. Another insane story was Rory McIlroy finally winning the Masters, one of the not just great Masters of all time, one of the best sporting events that I've seen in my long history on this planet. Now, my question is, Mac, should we brace for Rory to go on a bit of an epic run here of finishes at the majors? He's plus 150 to win 2+ majors, 12-1 to win 3+ majors. He did win at Quail Hollow last year. The Open this year, IMAC, is in Northern Ireland. Do you think Rory wins multiple majors in 2025?
He certainly could. I think this will be his best chance, obviously, at Quail Hollow at the PGA Championship, a place that he's won at multiple times before. And, I mean, this is what everyone in golf is saying, is now the time where the floodgates open and Rory McIlroy is going to go on a run, because he's always had the numbers. He's always had the skill and the talent to go on a run winning majors, but it was that psychological issue that he's had the past number of years. Now, with that monkey off his back, is he going to swing freely? Are we just going to see a run of majors? It absolutely could be possible. I would not be shocked. But like I said, I think if he does win a second one in 2025, his best chance is going to be this week at Quail Hollow. The only question is if he's been keeping his golf game up these past few weeks. Because sometimes when you win a major, obviously, you got to do a press tour. There's a lot of celebrations. As long as he can knock off maybe a tiny bit of rust ahead of the PGA Championship, then he's going to be okay.
Now, we'll talk about Quail Hollow here in a moment, but Rory and Scottie, they're co-favorites right now as we sit here. We've talked about Rory, but Scottie is coming off an absolutely insane tournament at the CJ Cup. He was 4th at Augusta earlier this season. He was T8 at Harbour Town. So he's coming into this one in, good, typical Scottie form after nabbing that first win of 2025. We are recording this prior to the Truist Championship. But my question to you now is, can anyone stop Scottie Scheffler?
If anyone can, it's Rory McIlroy. Like, this is going to be a Scottie versus Rory face-off, I think, this week. Because even Scottie won this past week at the CJ Cup. But prior to that, I know he was betting favorite almost every single week. He had those short odds, but I wasn't fully convinced about betting on him to win a major, because even though he was having those strong finishes, his metrics and numbers weren't quite at the level that they were last year in 2024 when he won all those events. Then at the CJ Cup, he did have those numbers and even better. Gained a ton of strokes with his approach, his best iron tournament that he's had all year. But even maybe more important than that was how strong he was on the greens. Gained a ton of strokes on the field with his putting. If Scottie can keep up putting like he did at the CJ Cup, Rory might not even be able to beat him. But yeah, he might be back to his 2024 form. So obviously we're going to talk about this event, but it might just be Rory or Scottie this week. I don't know if anyone can play to the level that they're playing at right now.
Which would be great TV regardless.
Yes.
And he did have 4 Ws to this point last season. So not up to his quintessential Scottie standard with the 1 win at the CJ Cup, which I feel like I could have carded a good score at Craig Ranch just the way that course was set up, but I digress. And speaking of courses here, IMAC, talk to me about Quail Hollow. What characteristics should bettors look for in a golfer? Like, what is it going to take to navigate this course here?
It's very simple. I'm going to keep things very straightforward for Quail Hollow. Good drivers, fantastic drivers, long drivers. It is a very long golf course. Target guys who can hit the crap out of the golf ball off the tee, and guys, not only that, but guys who will also are good with their long irons. A lot of approaches from between 175 to 225 yards. So long drivers of the golf ball and guys who are great with their long irons. It really is that simple at Quail Hollow, which eliminates a chunk of golfers right off the bat. Don't bet on the Brian Harmons of the world, the Tom Hoagies of the world in any fashion. Don't put them in your DFS lineup. Don't bet them in matchup bets. Keep it to guys who are long off the tee. It's pretty straightforward when it comes to Quail Hollow.
We've talked about Rory winning at Quail Hollow last year, but elsewhere, you've got your Wyndham Clarks, Max Homa, Jason Day, Justin Thomas won here at the PGA in 2017. When you're looking at betting outrights or even 3-ball or 2 balls, does that past performance at a track play a big factor in your handicapping process?
Yeah, it definitely does. Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, is they're going to set this up a little bit more difficult than what we usually see at the Wells Fargo Championship, because if you don't know, Quail Hollow is a course which is rare for a major outside of the Masters that we see a major course. We see it every single year. It's usually the Wells Fargo Championship. This year, the Quail Hollow is being used for the PGA Championship. So yeah, course history is obviously huge, but just keep in mind when you are looking at results from the Wells Fargo Championship in years past, the course is going to play a little bit different this week than it has at those non-major events.
Let's get into maybe some picks here then. So talk to me about outright markets here. Give me a couple long shots that you think sort of fit Quail Hollow, and then, could surprise come Sunday in the second major of the season. And then who, of course, is your favorite pick?
I'm going to be honest, Ninja. There's the PGA Championship this year and the US Open, I think, is going to be two very chalky events, because not only are those golfers a step above the rest in terms of the Scotty, the Rorys, and maybe even the Brysons, but also those guys' biggest strength is also driving. So it not only is going to be a difficult course where the best golfers are going to be a step above the rest, but also it fits all their styles of game. I will give you one long shot though, and I bet this guy to win the PGA Championship a few months ago, like 270 to 1. I think there are still some 130 to 1s. Taylor Pendrith. Now, maybe he can't win this week, but if you're looking for a cheap DFS option, or if you want to bet the top 20 market or top 10 market, he is a great driver of the golf ball, and he finished T10 at the Wells Fargo Championship at Quail Hollow last year. Fantastic course fit. I have a little bit of issues with Taylor Pendrith's recent form, which has not been good. But if you're talking about a guy who has good course history and a perfect course fit, he's around 10th in the field in strokes gained off the tee. Heading into the PGA Championship, Taylor Pendrith is going to be a good pick if you're looking for a long shot. Minwoo Lee is also another guy who's already won on the PGA Tour this year, is long off the tee. I think his style of play, now I don't believe he's played Quail Hollow before, so I think this might be his first time teeing it up here, which could cause some issues, but those are some more longer shots that I don't, listen, if you want to sprinkle a little bit on them to win, go ahead. But if you're talking about who's actually going to win this event, I think it's one of 4 names. I think it's going to be Rory McIlroy. It's going to be Scottie Scheffler. It's going to be Bryson DeChambeau, who obviously is going to be the best driver in the field. And then Ludwig Åberg, who everyone is waiting for him to win his first major. Quail Hollow is going to be a perfect fit for him. His biggest strength is his driver. He hits it a mile off the tee. Perfect course fit for him as well. So listen, I could sit here and give you Rory or Scotty. I'll say Ludwig is going to be my top pick to win this week. I think he has a real shot to win his first major, something that a lot of people are expecting is going to happen sooner rather than later. And I think no week is better for the Swede than this week at Quail Hollow.
Before we go, let me throw this one at you, because a couple names, they've been active in recent weeks. They've been playing well. They have very good value and maybe good course fit here. Keeping with the Scandinavian theme, the Højgaard twins?
Yeah, I don't I actually looked at the Højgaard twins a little bit. They're long off the tee. It's a good course fit. Once again, probably not going to bet on them to win, but yeah, listen, if you want a long shot or a cheap DFS option or a top 20 bet, yeah, the Højgaard twins are high ceiling, low floor though. Sometimes you bet on them and they're right there contending with the top guys, and then the next week you bet on them again and they miss the cut. So, but yeah, I like that. I did actually take a little bit, especially Rasmus. I believe Rasmus is a little bit longer off the tee. So if you are looking for one of the Højgaard twins, I think Rasmus is going to be a slightly better course fit. But I like that look, Ninja. I like it.
Rasmus plus 14,000. Nikolai, I think the better putter of the two, plus 15,000 there. IMAC, good luck with your bets. Thanks for hopping on today.
Thank you so much.